Hello, welcome to another video on a Scouring demo. Today's video is going to be pretty much a new game mode that was added into the game called Besieged. And pretty much it's like a tower defense type of mode where you have to defend your base and survive 12 waves of orcs that are going to be trying to destroy you here. And pretty much you just basically start as you do, putting your workers to work, try to make a barracks and a sawmill to try to get some archers. And while I wait for those buildings to be built, I use my units to try to get some gold and some XP by killing these small groups of orcs here. And now I just put my units back into my base and just wait here until the wave comes, because if you try to go out of your base again and try to attack, then there's a good chance that little orc groups or camps are going to send a lot of troops to your base and you're going to get overwhelmed. So that's why I just leave my units here at the base. And then these peasants I'm using here on the bottom, I was trying to cut out some space so I can put a town hall. So it will give me a better choke point here for future orc waves, basically. So I had a better chance at defending there if I had a easier place to hold. Because these trees are not really defending much, but if I can squeeze a tight building in there, then it will help me out greatly. But also I was trying not to cut all the trees here. So I was just trying to cut the trees I needed to actually fit in a town hall in here. And here I was trying to see I can fit a town hall. So then I had to kill these barricades and then chop a few more trees. And then finally I was able to actually place that town hall. And now I just try to put these peasants away from here so you don't touch any more trees on the right side of my base. So the choke points is still there. So there's not a wide area for all the orcs to flood in. So I could actually hold them off efficiently. And then I send these peasants to the tree on top here. Try and get some space to make more farms. And then I had to kill this farm here on the bottom, because it was somewhat in the way of my future buildings that I would make, like a barracks or other town halls. So that's why I had to destroy it. And then I try to make a tier 2 town hall for a main one, so I can actually get the archer upgrade damage. Basically the damage for archers is going to be increased. It's going to help a lot in actually surviving the next few beginning waves of this PvE mode.
Upgrade complete.
And so here I get the upgrade. Now I could have made tables, but I saw that there was incoming waves, so I tried to save up to make a barracks next to my main town hall.
Research complete.
But I guess I didn't really have time to actually make the barracks. So now I'm just gonna have to fight this second wave. Now I was very confused as to why you weren't attacking me still. But then they will eventually come to my base, but very slowly. So here we are. The first wave pretty much. And so I just tried to distract the warriors on the bottom by just moving my cavaliers, and then sometimes buying them a potion when they're about to die, because if any of these cavaliers die, then my future survival and any attacks that are going to be going outside of my base, it's going to be greatly slowed down. So it was very important to actually keep these cavaliers alive. And then now I begin to starve, which is a little unfortunate. I'm just gonna make my cavaliers susceptible to dying, because they can't really run really fast. But there's not that many orcs left, so I somehow was able to micro my low health cavaliers away, so I can still use them in the future. And we have a lot of XP, so when they get to level 3, they're going to be very useful. And here I just started upgrading my second town hall, just so I can have a better defensive position, and also gets a little bit of armor. Basically means that the units that attack me are gonna have to hit it a few more times for it to break down, because of the high ground buildings, basically where you can put your troops on top, like the barracks or its tier 2 town hall. They have like armor against attacks, so having these buildings in front is way more useful than having no high ground buildings in front to take all the damage. And here while I was waiting, I saw I had a lot of time until the second wave of orcs is going to come, so try to come out here and kill some orcs so my cavaliers could get some XP, and I could maybe get some gold by killing these units, because you only get gold by killing the little units around the map, and if you kill any units from the attacking waves, then you actually don't get any gold per kill. So if you want some gold, you have to actually go outside into the map and fight some units to get some extra gold that you can use to make some more units or a few more buildings before the next wave comes. Then I guess I put my swordsman in the fort or tier 2 town hall. And if you put them on hold position, then any archers that you put into the building are not going to be pushing them around, which means that they are going to be still standing there in front of the building, and it's going to allow them to fight the warriors that are going to be climbing up first, instead of the archers taking all the hits from the invading orcs.
Job's done.
Here I do the same thing. Just placing some swordsmen and putting them in hold position, because if you don't do that, then they're just going to get pushed around to the back of this barracks, and then your archers are going to be in front getting smacked around by the warriors that climb your barracks or other buildings. Here is wave 2. And usually the munchers come first. I don't really have that many archers. Probably could have made more, but I guess we're doing it this way. But all my cavaliers are all level 3, which means they're very good at just distracting all the warriors on the bottom. It just buy me all the time for the archers on top of my buildings to actually shoot them down. But as we can see, my main town hall is getting just slaughtered and overwhelmed. Pretty much all my archers and other units died there. But we do manage to somewhat clear up this wave. And in the background I was also making a stables, so I could actually make a few more cavaliers. So there you go, that was wave 2. Just had a little bit more units and just 2 munchers, I think.
More lumber is required.
And here I was trying to save up to make my fort into a castle there. And while I wait for the next wave, I try to get some gold.
Our forces are under attack.
And then all of these units here are very high level, so they're going to be very good at destroying these level 1 groups of orcs here. Now so sent 4 workers to later make a new base, a new gold mine, so I could get more gold, because my main base was somewhat running out of gold and they had a lot of peasants, so they could be used somewhere else than inside of my base, because I was trying not to chop any trees. So leaving them at my main base, it's not going to be as efficient. So that's how I was trying to get a second base to use my other workers. And it's very useful to micro your low health units back, so you can still use them to defend against the future waves of orcs.
Upgrade complete.
And so now I heard that my castle was built, and I try to select these woodworkers to try to make a church real fast, so I could get the cure ability, so my cavaliers would be able to heal each other during the future waves, which would help a lot in actually holding down the invading orcs and allow me to micro my cavaliers more efficiently.
More lumber is required.
And here I unfortunately started producing a cavalier, so I didn't start making a new town hall right away because I was about 40 wood short.
Our gold deposit is running low.
But now I finally get some wood. And I also send a lot of my workers that were in my main base to the next gold mine, so they could be using their time to chop wood there and gold, so they wouldn't be in the way here when I would be defending against the orcs. And just in time, as the wave starts coming into my base, the cure ability actually gets researched, so my cavaliers have a chance to have a few heals when defending now.
Job's done. Job's done.
But I unfortunately, of course, getting heal over free cavalier, but I guess it is what it is. You can't really always be able to save every unit, but I was able to save most of my cavaliers, and that was good enough for me. But then again, I lose another cavalier. He was a level 1 cavalier, so he was easily focused down and murdered. But overall, I was able to clear this third wave with relative losses.
More gold is required. Our forces are under attack.
And just in time, as I cleared the main wave, some black orcs attacked me from the north. So I have a good opportunity to go and kill them and get some extra gold and XP for my units.
Our forces are under attack.
And here I send my swordsman to destroy the sawmill because I don't really need it anymore. Because I can just place a new town hall there for better defensive opportunities. And I was thinking of going to the second red base of the orcs,
Our town is under
but my new gold mine was being under attack, so unfortunately I had to go there instead of using my time more efficiently and being able to clear the second base.
Our forces are under attack.
But I guess you can't have everything go your way, especially on this besieged mode. And I guess I kind of forgot to micro my peasants away, so I do lose about 8 peasants there. And then after clearing the rest of those orc buildings, my base should probably not get attacked again. Or so I thought.
Our forces are under attack.
Here I was able to clear a few more orcs. It just gives more XP and gold, which is very useful for defending in the future. I'm just kind of running out of wood, so I sent a lot of these peasants to chop some more. But now, as we can see, I actually have a small group of cannons, which I'm going to be using very effectively to bombard the enemy using the artillery ability that the cannons have. Here I was confused why they're not attacking again. So now I tried to send my cavaliers forward to try and attack them, so they would be attracted to my base, so I would actually begin the fight, because now they're just taking away my time that I could have used to kill them a little bit faster, and then maybe trying to move to another gold base to clear it out and get more resources. But now they actually get here, and I'm able to bombard them and then hold this choke point. So now I just try to cycle between healing my cavaliers and then using my cannons to bombard the orcs. And then this way, only the units at the front next to my cavaliers are the ones that are actually fighting. You know, the units behind them are stuck waiting, and bombarding them makes sure that they die very quickly, which then gives me a lot more time to go out on the map and try to clear new bases or just kill some orcs for some gold and XP.
More gold is required.
Then this time, I was actually able to go into this second orc base. And if you just send cavaliers here, then they're gonna have a hard time killing these cannons on top of the barracks. So that's why it was very important to get the archers here, so I wouldn't lose as many units by clearing this base. And then I made a sawmill there, so my peasants would have
Our forces are under attack.
would have a shorter walk to deliver their wood. And then also I was upgrading my new town hall, so I could try to make another castle, which would help a lot in putting even more defenses into my main base, which I could put a lot of archers on top of.
Under attack.
And here I see that the next wave is going to be coming soon, so I send my main group of cavaliers back home my archers.
Upgrade complete.
And then I just tried to leave 8 archers here, so I could later make a barracks. I try to defend that gold base a little better. And here I try to make a castle. And here we see is where I place the barracks. And it's right at a choke point pretty much. Basically, the enemies are going to have to go through that barracks, which is going to have about 8 archers on top of it, before they can go and murder this new base that I just cleared from the orcs. I'm going to be making another base to gain the gold that is there. And I was thinking of making another town hall here, but the next wave is coming in, and so I have to prepare to actually hold this. And pretty much, I just try to spam the artillery on the orcs and try to heal my units as best I can. Though sometimes I'm not going to be able to heal my units in time, so you have to always micro it perfectly, but can't really micro perfectly. So you have to do your best to try and bombard them and heal your cavaliers. Now I saw there was pretty much no more munchers left, so running through the orcs is going to be very useful in killing them faster. It's going to allow me to move out on a map again and clear more bases or kill more orcs once again.
Our forces are under attack.
And here I needed more food, so like always, you can look at the top right and see how much food you're making, how much food all your units are eating, so you can always know when and how much more farms you need to make.
Job's done.
And here I remember that I actually had some peasants here, so I try to make a base and try to mine that gold.
More gold is required. Our people are starving.
And then as we see here, the orcs attack my top base again. Just super annoying. So now I have to make my peasants run away to try and save some of them.
People are starving. Job's done. More gold.
But then my cavaliers are able to come to the top and try to clear these orcs away.
More food is required.
Now I have to put my peasants back to work so I could actually get my food. But then instead of having my base be attacked again, I decide to make a barracks. And I tried to send some archers there to defend that base on top. Here my peasants chopped a bit more wood than they had to once again, but I guess it's fun because it's still a pretty good choke point here.
Our forces are under attack. Upgrade complete. More gold is required. Job's done.
And here is when I sent 8 archers to go on top and defend that base.
More gold is required. Our people are starving.
And here I was trying to make sure that there are no more peasants trying to chop any trees around my base, because that would actually make holes in my defenses, and that would not be great.
More food is required.
Here's the next wave. This wave has a lot more marchers, but I also have a lot more cannons and a lot more archers and defenses in general. So there we go. I was able to clear this wave with pretty much no losses. And now these archers don't really need to defend anything here for the next while until the next wave comes, so I try to use them to clear the next red orc base. Could be west from here.
More food is required. Job's done.
And here I take 4 peasants to try and follow the army I have out in the field to try and make another base.
Our people are starving.
But I guess I didn't see there are some orcs in the darkness here, so now these peasants are dead. But you can always replace them with more peasants, so nothing but a small setback.
More gold is required. Our gold deposit is running low.
And so here we go. I was able to start attacking the next base. You just always try to target down the towers to have the cannons on them, because the cannons are the ones that are going to be more likely to kill your high level units.
Our forces are under attack.
And the next wave is already coming to my base. I have to hurry up and try to kill the rest of the enemy units here, so my peasants are able to start mining here. But then I saw that the next wave was going to be at my main base very shortly, so I didn't really have much of a choice but to try and rush my units back to my base and trying to defend the best I can. Because if these units are not back at my base, then it's not going to be able to hold up the force of all the enemy orcs are going to be attacking.
More gold is required. Our forces are under attack.
And here I notice I had a lot more peasants, but I couldn't really use them right now because I had to focus on trying to defend my base.
Our forces are under attack.
But then here we go. I have about 12 cannons now, which means that I can spam out a lot more artillery shots, which are just blowing away all the orcs, which is very satisfying and very effective to witness. And just like that, I run through these small units, which are just gonna get slaughtered by my cavaliers.
Our town is under siege.
Just so as I was defending there, that small barracks with archers was able to defend that position, which means that gold base in a northwest part of the map still able to mine gold and still operate properly. And here I was trying to send my cavaliers north to try and escort the 13 peasants that are not doing anything right now. So being able to help them move across the map here is going to be useful in making them work on the next gold mine that I have on the west part of the map. And only now I noticed that one little peasant was chopping away all these trees, which just makes a big hole in my defenses here. It's going to be very terrible for defending because the orcs can just overrun me on the right part of my main base now.
Our forces are under attack.
And this is why you need an army to escort your peasants from one base to another, because the enemy will always just spawn more units, and so if there are no units to defend your peasants, then you're going to be losing all of these workers for nothing. And here I decide that these archers are going to be more useful defending the west base. And I was thinking that the barracks was going to be fine there, because I didn't really see that many attacks there. And so here I make the barracks. Then I tried to clear parts of these buildings so the red orcs units wouldn't spawn around the map anymore. But it's not a really big deal, because all the places the red orcs would be standing at and patrolling are just gonna be being patrolled by other colored orcs, like yellow, black, or teal orcs. So here I try to plug this big opening here, so I can have a better choke point. And here I try to rush my cavaliers back home, so they can actually help me defend my base. I guess here I was trying to try and put my cannons on top and maybe bombard from on top of a building, but there's no real point for that because the orcs are never gonna get there to the back of my base. So it's more effective to have your cannons in the middle and ready to bombard, because they have to be in range to bombard, and if they're on top of some buildings far away from the impact line, then they're gonna have to move forward before firing. Here I sent a peasant to repair my stables that was being destroyed. But now I have to focus to try and hold this attack. For some reason, this wave decided to attack from two sides. Basically divided their forces in two, which makes defending this base not as easy. But pretty much most of the archers attack from the right side, and most of the warriors and archers attack from the bottom. But even if the enemy attacked from two sides, I was still able to defend with relative losses, just like a few archers and some swordsmen.
Our people are starving.
And now I realize that I lost a lot of peasants at my main base because the blue orcs were able to attack from the right side and then go up into the back of my base and kill a good amount of my peasants that were farming food. And then I also realized that my stables was munched away, so I tried to remake it here. And then it's good that I had these archers here, because without them, this base would die, and I wouldn't have the gold that I would need for more defenses and more units for defending future waves. And here I tried to target fire the units that were actually murdering my peasants. And now I just left those archers to finish the rest of those units. And here I try to quickly remake the new town hall. I'm trying to upgrade it to the castle as quickly as I can.
More food is required.
And then I heard the narrator say that I need more food, so took the opportunity to make a few more farms. And there you go. I finally have about 20 cannons, which is gonna be very useful for me, where I can just shoot 20 artillery shots into these orcs. And I'd like to know that if you used all of your cannons, you can look on the bottom here and look at their little portraits to see that all of them are facing up and actually bombarding the orcs. And this time I have a lot more gold to buy potions from my cavaliers, so I was able to effectively defend this side. But as you can see, you can't save every cavalier, but I did save most of them. And there we go. Another wave down.
More gold is required.
Then there I was just trying to spam out more cavaliers, so I could potentially have a second group that could help me defend. Maybe if I was being attacked from both sides, or if one of my group of cavaliers was dying, and I could send my second group to reinforce and hold off the orcs. And here I had a lot of gold, so I decided to make more farms so I could get more efficient food income. And here I could have actually used my cavaliers to go out on the map and try and kill some orcs to get some gold. But I guess I was too busy trying to get more food and recruit more cavaliers.
Job's done. Job's done. Job's done.
And here I actually send out my second group of cavaliers. They're all well leveled, so fighting these other level 1 units is going to be very good for getting some gold and gaining levels for these cavaliers. Mostly I did this to get some levels, because if I tried to hold off the orcs, the blue orcs, with level 1 cavaliers, then that just wouldn't work very well. So that's why I was trying to get some levels, so I could get more efficient cavaliers that could actually hold their ground when I'm being under attack. And then here comes the next wave. This wave has a lot more munchers that are level 3 munchers, which means that the Cavaliers are going to have a bit harder time defending. And so some of them might actually die here. Just like before, I just try to spam out a lot of artillery shots while I try to heal my Cavaliers that are fighting at the front. But I can also buy potions because I'm next to a castle. It's basically a town hall. And I'm able to hold off these orcs. And pretty much losing no Cavaliers somehow. So there you go. That was wave 11 out of 12. So pretty much the next wave will be the final one. And when I beat that wave, then I'm able to win this Besieged scenario mode.
Our gold deposit is running low. Job's done.
And there I sent some peasants to try and repair my buildings that are more at the front. And I guess, as I still had time to wait, I decided to make more town halls to try and get more defenses. Even though I don't really have much food, and I don't really have much peasants left to actually make more food, so I won't really need those defenses that much.
Job's done. Our forces are under attack.
Now I realized that I was kind of not using my Cavaliers, so now I try to send them out into the map to try and get some extra gold, because I have no more peasants that are actually mining. So my only way to get some gold is by killing units or destroying some enemy buildings.
Our forces are under attack.
And I guess there is one more wave after this one. And so here I see that the next wave is going to be coming real soon. And so I send my more leveled Cavaliers back to my base. And I send my other group of Cavaliers to try and escort these peasants. So I could try to maybe mine some gold in some other places that have gold. And here, the munchers begin the assault. Here I tried to bombard them, but I didn't see that I was bombarding my archers on top, so some of them do die. But I guess I was still able to defend somewhat effectively. So there you go. Just being able to hold a good choke point can allow you to actually hold off a whole lot of enemies.
Our forces are under attack.
So there you go. Pretty much, you know, finishing up this wave. And then right after this wave is finished, there's just one more final wave.
Our forces are under attack.
And so I see that there is only this base that is close to my base. So there's a 50-50 chance that the next wave might be coming from the south or the east. So I was thinking to just might as well go to that base, and even if a wave spawns on the bottom, then I'll maybe get some gold anyways. And here I was able to catch this small group of orcs that would have just destroyed my whole food economy.
Forces are under attack.
So that was good that my cavaliers were pretty close to that base.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
And then here, my peasants were found here. They were just getting munched away. So I had to send in the cavaliers first.
Our forces are under attack. Upgrade complete. Our forces are under attack.
And now I see that there's a wave coming from the bottom, so there's kinda no point to have a base there. But if the wave would come from the east, then that base would have given me a bit more gold that I could have used to get some potions for my cavaliers or even some defending archers.
Research complete.
And this is the final wave, so I'm just trying to get all my other archers out on the map. If you go back to my main base, you just defend the final wave.
Job's done.
And I was trying to send my second cavalier group to help out the other archers come here, but I wasn't able to help them out. And here's the final wave. Here I'm just trying to click through my control groups. I also bought all the potions from my second group of cavaliers. And I was just trying to spam out the artillery to blast the orcs. Then try to heal the cavaliers that I could. And there you go. I'm pretty much clearing out the final part of this wave. And I pretty much don't lose that many units, so that was very doable, even though this is the hardest difficulty on Insane. And there we have it. Anyways, this is the end of the video. If you liked the video, you can leave a like, leave a comment. And if you want to see more videos on a Scouring demo, you can subscribe. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.